We're live. Do you know where is it contained, amigos? Good morning. Welcome to the King's Court. My court. Reaching out to your courts. Your queenliness and your kingliness. Hey, anyway, wow, here it is. The 16th of October, 2020. We're halfway through the month. Unbelievable how fast this year has just flown by and keeps flying by. Isn't it crazy? Just blows me away. Anyway, um, yeah, I got my warmer hat on this morning. It's a little bit cooler outside. Yeah, went for my walk this morning and I thought, well, it's a little chilly. Maybe I'll wear the Eskimo hat. It's so nice. It's so nice. These are the best hats ever. Keep you warm. Anyway, not that I need it inside the house. Just have it on. Whatever. You can see a different kind of hat that I wear. So the virus is now soaring 23% of an increase since it began. So the cases per day are at 23% more right now. More. I don't know what's going on out there. Apparently, people think the virus is just a big joke. And they can't see that 8 million people have contracted the virus or have been infected by the virus already. Over 8 million. And you think it's phony and you don't have to worry about it. You can just go do whatever you do. So I wanted to say that's not the behavior to have. Like they said on the news, nowhere in the United States or elsewhere or elsewise, whatever, anywhere in the world is the virus actually contained. That's what they're saying. And that means China. That means North Korea, who's been bragging about being contained, is not contained. Of course, those entities, they don't want to tell. Really? You're kidding me. Hello? Oh, garbage. Hi, this is Lisa. I'm reaching out to you today because your company... Wrong. Scammer. Don't call my line ever again. I hate these people. I really hate them. Anyway, so, yeah, nowhere is it contained because they're not doing what needs to be done. I've spelled it out. I know what needs to be done, but nobody's listening. Nobody's doing. The challenge has been out. I've challenged every city and state in the United States of America that if they want to end the virus, that they need to contact me and let's do it. And not one has heard me, apparently, or contacted me. So if you are watching this, get it out on Facebook, get it out on Twitter, get it out wherever you are online. Get the word out for me. Don't let me sit here and sink on my own in the ocean by myself. Throw me a line, will ya? Publish these videos that I do. Send people here to listen. Maybe we can all get together on this and we can do it since the government's not doing a damn thing about it. Speaking of the government, yes. We have to go back, don't we? But before I go there, I'm going to add, this is like one of the most unfortunate things I'm ever going to have to say. Because I absolutely love, adore, cherish, and treasure the holidays. But I'm afraid that we're going to have to step back away from our holiday celebrations. Halloween's coming up. Don't go out. Don't take your kids out trick-or-treating. I'm sorry to say it, but don't do it. Don't do it. If you want the virus to spread, or your child to be infected, which means that you're going to be infected, which means that your parents can be infected, which means their grandparents can be affected, which means they can die. Okay, is it worth that to go out trick-or-treating? Is it worth it to go out and celebrate the death of your parents, your grandparents? It's not worth it. Okay, let's not do things that are not worth it. We've got to pull back. We've got to pull back away from this thing and let it die on its own, because it's not going to die the more that we keep going out and out and out and out. The more that we do that, the more the virus is going to stay alive and flourish and enjoy itself, spreading more and more and more, killing more and more and more, taking more and more lives. God, I got a bad frog in my throat this morning. Anyway, we're going to have to really, really, really pull ourselves back, regroup, get our game faces on, get your black out underneath your eyes, get your war paint on, and get ready to do battle against this virus. Because that's what needs to be done. We need to do battle against the virus. That means everybody and all at once. Like the Three Musketeers, all for one and one for all, right? We have to do it that way, or we're not going to ever push this virus and kill it. It's bad news. Really, I mean, 226,000 people and more are dead. We are losing the people that are most important to us daily. We are losing them. Forever, they're gone. We don't get to have the pleasure of their company, their laughter, their voice, their image. Nothing. It's gone. They're gone. We don't ever get to see them again. Not till we're dead. Is that what we want? Do we want to just keep losing all the people that are so important to us in our lives? Because we couldn't take the measures to end this virus? Oh my God, really, it just makes me sick to even say that. Because the reality of it is the worst. So we better do something. We better do something. I've laid it all out, what needs to be done. If you haven't seen that, everything that I've laid out, go back to videos 1, 2, and 3 that I uploaded. Not the live videos. Go back to my channel, to the very first 3 videos that I did on the COVID-19. Go back and listen to them. Watch them and listen. You want to end the virus? Go back and listen to those. Play them over and over. Get everybody to see them. And if you come and you watch these videos that I do and you don't spread the word, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. You're just as guilty as President Trump for not doing anything about it. You're just as guilty as the CDC. You're as guilty as anybody else in Politica that doesn't do anything about it. You just listen, smile, laugh, carry on, and don't do a damn thing about it. And trust me, I know, because I know how many people are visiting these videos. I know how many are visiting. And if those numbers don't go up, I know that people aren't sharing the messages. So start sharing the messages honestly, sincerely, genuinely, authentically. Okay? Start sharing the messages. Maybe we'll get something done. Anyway, so the holiday and the flu season is almost here. It is here. The holiday season and the flu season both at the same time, as this virus is rising like crazy. You have to ask yourself, is shopping worth it? Am I going to go out and go shopping and create more virus spreading? If you're going to do that, you're going to be in trouble also. You're just going to be spreading the virus around. Man, we really got to get a grip on this, people. Get a grip. All right, so let's see here. So then it goes back to the stimulus package again. I mean, how many times do I have to say something about the stimulus package? I wish I could be right in front. I wish I could be on the floor of the Senate and address this issue with all of those yeah, glory people, all of our senators that are in it for the glory, for the fame, the fortune. They're completely and totally ignorant. I actually made a note here. All those working in the government are privileged. They're absolutely privileged and do not truly understand real life for most of us. What we're going through, they don't get it. And they're sheltered. That was the main word on the bottom there. You see that? Sheltered. They're totally sheltered. They don't have a clue. Yeah, they hear what people are saying. They repeat what other people are saying, but they don't do something about it, like Nancy Pelosi and Mitch McConnell bickering and arguing with each other back and forth. Republicans against the Democrats, blue against red. Well, I as far as I know, I've got red cheeks and I've got a blue shirt on, so I'm both. Hello. We're both, aren't we? Every single human being has some Republican. If you want to, I can't even. Labeling is just the stupidest thing I've ever seen in my life. But every person has red, every person has blue attitudes in their bodies, inside their system. Okay. And anybody who says they're not is lying, period. They're just absolutely lying. Okay. We all have it. Just like we all have good and bad in us, we all do, but it's what we choose to act on that speaks volumes about our own personal characters. So, be a good character, can you? I know you can. Be a good character. Spread the word. So here I go back to the stimulus, right? And all that I just spewed out of my mouth is because of the stimulus that's still sitting there not getting done. For real. 7 months. 7 months. And you cannot make up where is King? Where is the king? Where is King James when we need him? You know who King James was, right? You ever heard of the King James Bible? Yeah, well, let me tell you how he dealt with those who oppose each other when he wanted something to get done. This is a great story. It really applies. It should be applied today. But we don't have a king in the United States of America who can do something like King James did. And it's too damn bad we don't. It's too damn bad that I'm not the king, because I would absolutely do exactly what King James did. And this is what he did. Okay? Just for you. Now, think about this. You've got two different religious denominations, right? And you have a Bible that needs to be written. And King James says, he brings them both before him, and he says, I want this Bible written. And they start bickering. Sounds like the House and the Senate. Bickering, right? We know more. We're closer to God. We're the ones. We should be able to do it. No, we are. We're closer. We know him better than you do. We know what he means. We know everything. We should be the ones to do it. So they bicker. Nothing gets done, right? So the king says, look, stop your bickering. I don't want to hear it. Go down into the cellars. into the big, banquet room that's down below in the basement area of the big huge castle, right? God, I want a castle really bad. Anyway, so he goes, they go, the group, both groups. So now we got red and blue. Let's just do it this way, okay? So red and blue goes down into the big banquet room to have a discussion. So now we're in the house, okay? Basically. So they go to have to figure out how they're going to write the Bible, right? Together. And so he elicits both sides to get down there and get the job done. So they go down there, and I don't know how long it was. It was 1 or 2 days, maybe 3 days. Excuse me. 3 days later, the king says, "All right, let's go see what they've come to, how we're going to solve this issue of writing the Bible, the King James Bible." So he goes down there. This is great. So he goes down there, and when he gets down to where he can actually see in the room and he sees the people, what does he see? Nothing short of what we see. The left and the right. The people are on the left and the people are on the right. So we have the reds and we have the blues, or we have the blues and we have the reds. But nobody's like this, right? Nobody's like this, right? The steeple, open the doors, here's all the people. None of this, right? It's this. Like this to each other. So he sees this, and instantly he knows exactly what he's going to do. This is so great. So he walks up in between them, and he looks at them both, and he of course he looks at the lead person on both sides, right? The speaker for both sides. And he says to them, right? Here they are, you and you. And he says to them, "And what have we come up with for the writing of the Bible? Is it done?" "No, because we're the ones who need to be doing it. They don't know what they're talking about. Da, 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 da." "No, that's not true. We know. They need to be the ones." And back and forth, bink, bickering instantly. And what does he do? Stop. Silence. And so they shut up because they know better. Can you believe it? They actually shut up, unlike, Anyway, they actually, like a guillotine just dropped. The king said, "Shut up, stop, be quiet, silence." And they were silenced. And they stood there with their hands down at their sides, like little boys and girls. And the king says to them, "So, you haven't done what I've asked you to do. Well then, I'm going to make this very easy for you now. All of you are going to work together. You're going to write it immediately. When I leave this room, by the time I come back in 2 days, you will have had the entire Bible written together." And they're standing there just like, "What? Are you kidding me?" But they're not saying anything. They're just listening. And then he adds the icing on the cake. "If you don't do as I've told you to do, your heads will pay the forfeit." No nothing, no smiles, no nothing, just a look directly into their eyes. Every one of them. "Your heads shall pay the forfeit." In other words, if you can't work together, then you're not working at all. And guess what they did? They wrote the damn King James Bible. He went down there 2 or 3 days later, or however long it was, and that Bible was written. And they were working together, and they had some questions for him together. They were totally on board with each other, and he got it done. And what you see in the King James Bible is a result of a team working together. Red and blue, black and white, however you want to look at it. They worked together and they got it done. Teamwork. Wow. What a concept, huh? So, can we be a team in our government? Hell no, we can't be a team because there's nobody on the face of this planet. The way that we have this set up, there is nobody on the face of this planet that can make that decision and just put an end to it and say you're done arguing. Get the damn job done or your lives will pay the forfeit. If you put that law down in their laps, you better damn well believe they're going to get the job done. Yeah, they don't want to lose their lives. They want to get the job done. And, I hate to say this, but that's where I'm at with this. I've had it. I've had it with the bickering. I've had it watching my friends and family and acquaintances and people, my fellow brothers and sisters out there in the world that are dying. They're becoming homeless. They're becoming bankrupt. They're losing everything because the damn government is busy bickering back and forth about getting them help. What the hell is that about? God, make me king so I can put an end to it. Swear to God, I would put an end to that right now, yesterday. And trust me when I tell you, if I make a statement like that, I mean it. And everybody that knows me knows that I mean what I say, and I do what I say. So that's the big question for me, sitting back and witnessing everything that's going on, hearing the news, which I have to take a big, huge, giant grain of salt with because they tend to be as bad as the red and blue, it's all about their agenda, whatever their agenda is. And before I go any further, I see I got a note here. Yeah, I said the stimulus, and they don't give a damn. That's right, they don't, because they're not truly affected. They're, like I said, privileged. They are sheltered from the realities of real life for the common human being and family. God, it just kills me, breaks my heart beyond words. So the next thing I have noted in here was, will your vote count? ? So I just saw something on the news where this guy had voted and he had to have a witness that signed it. And, people, get out there and vote, but make sure you do exactly. You have to remember, this is the government who's dealing with the voting process. Per state, per city. I don't know how they're doing it. I think it's per state, but they have their laws and guidelines and regulations for your ballots. Which will be accepted, which will not be accepted. If you don't sign your name to it, it's not going to be accepted. If you don't, in some states, you have to have a witness. If you don't have a witness's signature on there, it's not going to be accepted. So please read your regulations for your voting so that you make sure your vote really counts. It gets in there, it's accepted, it's good to go, it's tallied, and we can see the results later. Please be careful about the way you vote. Don't just be nonchalant about it. This is serious as it gets. So go in there, read your ballot information, and do what you need to do. I got my books ahead of time that were in regards to the votes and the portrayal of the nominees, and so I could read through all that, and I made my decisions. And if you're wondering what my position is on voting, once again, I have to go back to my kingly heritage. See that right there? My kingly heritage, because I'm a direct descendant of King Charlemagne, one of the greatest kings ever. Okay. But he had a great attitude. That's the biggest thing. And I'm that way. So I see all of you without color, but with color, if that makes sense. I welcome all colors. I welcome all shapes, well, all sizes, all weights, all abilities or disabilities. You're human beings. I welcome all of you. I am for all of you. Does that make sense? I am for all of you. I love that my name is Nicholas, because Nicholas literally means victor for the people. And I freaking love that, because that's exactly who I am. That's exactly who I have always been since I was 14 years old. Well, actually, I was 11. Was I 9? I was 9, actually. No. I was 11. I was 11, and I saved this guy's life. I said that was the first time that I saved somebody's life. I was 11 years old, and it was a scorpion. And the guy, it was this far away from this guy was this far away from being zapped by the scorpion. Another kid, and I yelled, "Look out!" I didn't know it was a scorpion. You know what I called it? I go, "Look out, giant pincher bug." That's what I thought it was. I didn't know what a scorpion was. It was a giant pincher bug that looked wicked, because it was, it was arched up and it had that curved tail with that, with that spike. And it was walking, and it was going right up to his knee. He was kneeled down on the ground, and I saw it going right up to his knee. I go, "Look out, giant pincher bug." And he jumped up and he goes, "Oh my God, it's a scorpion." And they killed it. And he goes, "You saved my life." And I go, "What?" I had no idea, but I'm glad I did. Mwah. I'm glad I did. That's what I do. I save lives. Been doing it forever. Almost lost my own too many times to say. I mean, really, honestly. You'll see that in my books that I'm writing. Oh, my books. I should plug that, huh? Yeah, let's not forget my books. There they are. The series. I've got 3 published right now, so go get them. I've got these 3 published, and I have the 4th one in the design stage right now for the covers, which should be done in the next couple days. And hopefully in the next couple days. It just depends on our collaboration, whether I like what I see or I don't like what I see. And so my graphic artist has to adjust it some more for me. But typically it's 2 or 3 times back and forth, and he nails it. He's so good at what he does. And he nails it. I'm happy with it. Let's go with it. And then it's time to publish. So I would assume within the next week's time, book number 4 will be hitting the shelves at Amazon.com. And soon after that, book 5 is already written, just so you know. I've got to do some formatting on it, like I always have to do. And I have to add my special statements to my readers, like I do. And, whatever happens to be the thought of the time. Sometimes it's relating to what's in the book. Sometimes it's relating to just life. Sometimes it's relating to other stuff that I might be doing. Kind of like a blog inside of a book. Just kind of, reaching out and letting my readers know where I'm at and how I'm thinking about stuff, and et cetera, et cetera. And so anyway, it's like I was saying, back to the government and the red and blue and all the different colors and stuff. Please, I wish they would just stop that. I wish they would just stop it. We're all colors, okay? We're all colors. We're all kinds of, like the zodiac signs. You're every sign that is there. And you know what? This is what I really love. I really love to get into this one, because you'll get people that say, "Oh, I'm a Gemini. I'm nothing but a Gemini. I'm an Aries. I'm nothing but an Aries. Oh, I'm a Virgo. I'm nothing but a Virgo. I'm a Sagittarius, right? I'm nothing but that." And I say, "You're full of crap. You're absolutely full of it. You don't have no idea what you're saying. Yes, I do. This is my sign. This is when I was born. Da 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 da. Right? And I say, I try this route first. I say, look, if you look at the characteristics, now we're talking in depth, okay? Not just surface level. You could, even though you could apply surface level, but let's talk depths, okay? What it really means to be Gemini, Aries, Sagittarius, Scorpio, whatever. Okay? If you look at every one of their characteristics, all of us have all of them. We're not just one. We are a diverse being. We can be anything we want to be. It's all inside of us. We're all of them. And they're like, well, yeah, you can think whatever you want to, da 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 da, but I'm a Virgo. And I love when they take that stance because now I get to put this in their lap. You ready? So then I look at them and I say, oh, really? So when were you born? And they'll say when they were born. And I said, well, if you think about it, you were actually conceived 9 months earlier. So what does that make you then? Because that's when you were actually born, when you were conceived. That's when you were actually born. So what does that make you now in the astrological sign chart? And they're like, huh? They don't, they're like, psh, psh, their mind just exploded. They never saw it coming, and they never do with me. If you want to get into something with me like that, I will drop you on your butt because I will give you real knowledge that you cannot deny. And then you are cornered. Checkmate. Once a grandmaster at chess, always a grandmaster at chess. I never went and played against grandmasters to show them that I was victorious over them. I don't have to. I know that I am. They can think whatever they want to think. I know. I've never been beat since I first started playing chess. Okay? When I first started playing chess, the game of chess, the board game. Okay? When I first started playing, we had this thing. I was just in elementary school, and on the weekends, the gym teacher would allow us to come up there and play all kinds of games. We could take the kickballs and we could play kickball. We could play tetherball. We could play baseball. We could play tetherball, which was a really cool game. It's too bad we don't have more of those around. We could play tetherball. We could play football. We could play any game that we Foursquare. We could play carom, which is like pool, except it's on a small board and has these like rings that sit on there, and you get down like this and you go and you hit the rings. I was really great at this. It's awesome. Really fun little game. A miniature pool, basically. Except it's not balls, it's these little rings that sit there, right? They sit there and they slide across the board, and you can click them and hit the other. It's really cool. It's like the way that you could learn how to be an excellent pool player later on. Only thing is, you can't give it any English. So anyway, yeah, that's right. I know how to play pool too. So anyway, I've done it all. Let me tell you, almost all probably. I haven't skied, so I can't say I did that. I won't say I did that. Although I took a TV tray from up at Snoqualmie Pass. I was in the lodge and I was getting some food, and then there was this big TV tray. I had my young little son with me, and I kept looking outside and I kept looking at the TV tray, thinking, this might just slide down the snow. And so I took 2 of the trays, and I said, "Come on, son." And we went up there on the slope. We went down on the TV tray. I tried to ride it like it was skis, or a surfboard or something, but it didn't work out so well. But I had fun, and my son had fun, and we went down, and it was really cool. Anyway, so I always see everybody in the same light. We're all just a bunch of human beings to me, and brothers and sisters, just trying to do the best we can do, trying to live and survive in this world, which we've made into an absolute mess. And it's just getting worse. Which reminds me, I've got to get my cover letter ready so that I can enter my paper, my article, my submission to the Scientific World Journal, The Truth About Global Warming, which I have, which I know. And I better get that done like yesterday. Yeah, better get that done. So I guess I hope I didn't like shift myself completely off the track that I was on. I probably did. Way too much stuff in this mind. It's not ADD either. Sorry, don't believe in that at all. I do believe that we just have way too many things to get done in the day and in our minds, and so we're bouncing all over the place, trying to get everything done instead of just some things. Like before, when we didn't have all of these electronics and stuff, you think about it. Remove the electronics from your life. Your phone, your cell phone, your laptops, your television. Remove those things from your life, and then how complicated is your life? Not complicated at all. It's actually rather simple. You just live with your family, your friends, your coworkers, the acquaintances out there, brothers and sisters all across the world. You just live. Isn't that the best of it? I mean, I don't remember the last time when I just lived because I'm so overwhelmed with work that needs to be done and tasks that need to be done and dealing with the virus that needs to be done. Voting. That was the other thing that I was trying to say here. Get out there and vote. Do the things that you need to do to so that you can vote. Don't forget, get out there and get your vote in. It's really super important. And I think that's pretty much it for me. Yeah, wouldn't it be nice to live a simple life? I don't even know what that is anymore. I remember when I was a kid, you know, outside of my father being on my shoulders all the time, life was pretty simple then. It was wake up, eat. Before I started going to school, wake up, eat, go outside and play with my friends. Come home at lunchtime, get food, go outside and play with my friends. Come home, eat food, or excuse me, come home, get the bath, sit down, eat food, talk with mom and pop and my family, my siblings, watch TV or whatever, and play games. We always played board games, my sisters and I, and my brother. We played games, Even mom got involved in the games. And so we played games, and Pop was, pretty much watching the news and stuff on television. Or he was doing office work like he always does. And as electronic technology evolved, our simple lives and doing stuff together became less. As more happened with the electronics, it became less and less and less. And next thing you know, instead of sitting down with your siblings or your mom and pop or cousins, uncles, aunts playing games on the board, on the table or on the floor, next thing you know, you're sitting there with your little Atari game, you know, you're playing Pong, playing Pong on the TV, or you're playing the little games, in your hands, or you're playing Boris Diplomat chess game, which I hated. Oh my God, I hated that game. I actually smashed that game into a gazillion pieces because I cornered his queen. I actually got myself lined up to take his queen, and then he wouldn't let me take it because that game cheated. And so that's it. I'm done with you, man. I crushed that thing. It will never, ever, ever do it again. You can look that game up. Boris Diplomat. Boris, like Boris Karloff. Boris Karloff. Or Boris Diplomat. Yeah, he's a diplomat, all right. A dip. And then Lomat. Yeah, I like that. I smashed him into the ground. He became a mat for me to walk on. So anyway, just we got to be good people. Don't forget your people, man. Don't get like we got to get out of this wave, this tsunami of electronics that's just taking our personal characters away from the closeness of our families and our friends and our acquaintances and our coworkers and our brothers and sisters out there. We got to stop doing all this electronic stuff. We are consumed. I'm talking about this, but you see this thing right here? I am just as guilty as anybody else, man. I go out and I have this thing. This is my iPhone. Anyway, I am just as guilty as anybody else, man. I got that damn thing right down there where if it goes off, there it is. I pick it up and da da da. The phone's ringing all the time. There's scammers calling in and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But I'm glued to this damn thing. If I go outside, I like almost get into panic because I don't have my cell phone in my hand. What has happened to me? Really? The go-lucky, out all the time, you can't get him home kid? What happened to that kid? You know what happened to that kid? So this thing, electronics happened to that kid, just like everybody else, because while I used to be able to go out there and hang out with my friends, they're on these things. They're doing these things. And so I can't just go out and go, hey man, let's hang out. They're busy, they're working, they've got their own families, they have no time. They've got all of these appointments they have to deal with. They've got things they need to watch on television. They've got things they're streaming. They're da 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 da. Like I'm streaming this, I guess. I guess this is streaming. 42 minutes into this, I better close down. So I'm trying to keep these things down around a half an hour, but I didn't do a good job today. I'm yakking away. Yakety yak, don't talk back. So, anyways, I'm going to stop here. I'm going to wish everybody well. I'm going to pray for you. I'm going to say God bless to you and may peace be with you. I love you. Mwah. I adore you. I cherish you. I treasure you, all of you. And please spread my messages. Tell people to go look at the 3 COVID videos that I posted in the very beginning of this channel that I made with the help of YouTube and Google. So please, please have them watch the videos because I say things that are extremely important. And those of you who have been here all the time, you know that I do. So, and it's all about caring for everybody, caring for you, caring for myself. I'm usually last in my book, but I know I'm okay. So that's why I don't really concern myself with myself too much, which I keep getting told that I should, but I haven't learned how to do that yet. So I'm working on it, but I don't want to work on it to the point where I forget all of you. So, that's just never going to happen. Anyway, knock on wood, stay safe, stay wise, and thus stay well always out there. Because if you're wise, you will be well. Okay? Be alert of the things around you. Learn about the virus that you make sure and you take care of yourselves. Okay? Be good people. Remember, you can because you choose to be. Just be good. Lift everybody up because you can. Don't push them down so they fail. I say this every video, and I have to because I really want to get that message out. I hope that you guys will share my videos with people. I really wish that these were like totally viral because the whole world needs to see these, really. But anyway, take care of yourselves out there. Be good human beings. And thank you very much for sharing time with me, especially 45 minutes of your time. That's a long time. I know that. So I really appreciate it. God bless. Take care, and I'll see you guys later, okay? All right. Bye bye.